What's going on, everybody? It's Sparty and welcome back to another Dungeons & Defenders 2 video. So today I have a special video for you all. So I'm going to be showing you all how, with not even an item power of 700, as you can see all of my players right here, 600 and below, how to have, that's not a low item power, but it's definitely not like what you would be expecting for Nightmare 4, Incursions, stuff like that, but I'm going to be showing you with a little bit of practice and patience and practice how you can beat Nightmare 4 Incursions with item powers such as this. So for example, today I'm going to be showing you all Nightmare 4 with the Incursions Chrome enemy, and you can farm the Toxic Shock Bow here, of course, to help out with your PDTs. But before I get started with this build, I wanted to be telling you all what I'm using and show you all a little bit of gear that you all need in order to be able to complete this and be able to do this with the item power such as 680, not even at 700. First, let's start off with the Monk, because we're going to be using the Monk Serenity Auras and Boost Auras. So let's head straight into here. So for the weapon, I would recommend the Infernal Combustor. Anybody that uses the Monk as a defense character and uses his Serenity Auras knows about the Infernal Combustor. And as you can see, it has Purge Evil, so defeated enemies inside Serenity or explode, dealing 379.6% of defense power of damage. Enemies killed by Purge Evil also explode. So enemies within the Serenity Aura will blow up, but they will also blow up and kill other enemies within the surrounding area, which combines for combos and stuff like that, which it gives you some nice DPS and damage for the Serenity Aura, which is awesome. Also, for my character, for the Monk, I have invested into, let's see here, defense damage, I maxed that out, defense speed, I maxed that out, and defense range, I maxed that out. And basically all your items, your gear and whatnot, want to have defense power, and yeah, mostly defense power, some defense healths here and there, and then I also have defense crits. But I also have this medallion right here. It does Serenity Aura, reduces enemy movement speed by 87%. So not only do we have where the Serenity Auras explode, enemies within it explode from the Infernal Combustor, we also have this medallion where they actually are very slow in the Serenity Aura, which also helps out a whole bunch. And the Monk Serenity Auras is really a big part when it comes to building, at least to most of my builds. But yeah, that's what I'll have for my Monk. Next, let's switch over to also one thing with the Monk, I'm going to be using Squire blockades, so let me head on over to this. So I have this sphere that it boosts auras, increase blockade health by 25%. So that is a ton. It takes 25% of the blockade's original health and adds it onto that. So I set the blockades within the within the boost auras, and it gives it 25% more health, which is amazing. My blockades fully upgraded right now. In the boost auras are 720k health, I believe, which is awesome. That's perfectly fine for Nightmare 4. But for example, let me show you real quick. Let's set down this boost aura, and then let's swap over to our blockade. So if we have a blockade right here, it's not on the boost aura. We have we have a max health of 287k, okay? But if we put it here inside the boost aura with the sphere, and we now repair it because it added that health, remember? We now have 449k, and that's upgraded once, versus this upgraded once, which is only 395k. So let's upgrade this all the way and see what it is. It's only 575k, but if we go ahead and upgrade this all the way, look now, 719,000. That is a heck of a difference, and that's going to allow you to have blockades that you're going to be able to use in Nightmare 4. So that's also something that's really useful. The Monk is very useful when it comes to building defenses again with my builds. Again, Squire, Blockade Squire, you want to have things that gear that have lots of defense health in it, and also stuff that have hardy blockade in it. I do have that type of build. And if you don't know what hardy blockade is, basically right here, hardy blockade, 18% of your defense health is added to the blockade's defense health. So basically, my hero health, I'll go to my stats real quick. Right here, I maxed it out, 40,752. So 18% of that goes into my blockade. So that's another tribute that you want on your gear. So again, there's that, and then I will be using, of course, the PDTs for the hunters. So toxic shock bow, definitely you're going to need the toxic shock bow for the PDTs, because it has Viper's Bite, which increases the poison dart tower damage by 16% on death. Poison enemies detonate and deal 60% of defense damage as damaged enemies in the 1,196 explosion radius. So basically, this amps up your PDTs tower damage, but also after it kills the enemies with the PDTs, they also explode, similar to what they do in the Serenity auras, and they explode and deal damage to other enemies around them, which is amazing. That's an awesome tribute. You want those. And of course, the better toxic shock bow that you have, the better percentages those are going to be. So that's what today's going to be about. It's going to be about how to farm those toxic shock bows, and how to get the best toxic shock bows you can, and how to farm those on chrome enemies, which is the incursion where you get toxic shock bow with the item power of 680. You can probably even get away with this. I'm going to say you could probably get away with this from within 650 to 680, depending on how smart you are. And last but not least, I'm going to be using ballistas for the Squire. So this is my Ballista Squire. Let's head into here real quick and check out some of the stats he's got. So if we go spheres, everything I have for him for spheres has to do with defense speed, defense power, stuff like that. And I also have a few ballista spheres in here, as some range, adding ranges to it and stuff like that. So that's basically what you want for him. Stats, I max out his defense damage, defense speed, and defense range. Basically, you want to do that for every defense tower, depending on what you're doing. So the Squire Blockade, you want to go more towards defense health and defense and hero health versus, it really just depends on what you're looking for. And then you want to have tributes such as like Black Arrow. Ballista has 30% more chance to hit and deal 22% extra physical damage. So stuff like that helps out your ballistas. This is a shield. You'll actually kind of find it hard for a shield to be what's the word I'm looking for? To be helpful in a way, because it doesn't really have anything that's going to help out your defense. Shields are more towards DPS characters and whatnot, but it's always good to have a shield. And actually, this shield has more hero health than my shield on the Hardy Blockade character, so I'm probably going to switch these shields around so that way I can get a little bit more health with my Hardy Blockade Squire. And again, all these builds are about being smart and about knowing how to get really good boost combos within your defenses. It's not necessarily about how much item power you have. Now, don't get me wrong, you need good item power, but you don't need what the recommended is. If you have good defense boost boost combos, excuse me, I can't talk. Boost combos, yes, then it's going to be easy for you to do Nightmare 4 stuff like this. It's actually really hard. And again, you want to just get gear stats that have stuff like defense power, defense crit, stuff like that. And of course, vector corrector increases projectile tower range. You want that, and defense criticals, just stuff like that for him. But again, let's hop on in to here. NM4 Incursions. We're going to scroll down. We're going to do Chrome enemies. And again, so if you see right here, it says eye power range 660 to 700. So it recommends that you have around 700 item power. But again, if you are smart with your defenses and you're smart with your mana and how you upgrade different defenses, and in the timing you upgrade them, and everything like that, you should be fine. And it's all about being smart about defenses and where to place them. It's not necessarily about having overpowered gear. Because as you can see, I don't have any character right now that I'm using that's a defense tower that is over 700, all of them are usually probably less than, they're either 680 or less than that. So, anyways, let's get started. I'm going to show you all this setup that I do for this. And Chrome Enemies is actually one of the harder incursions, and it's on Nightmare 4, so it's extra hard. I don't know if any of y'all would agree with me with that, but in my opinion, Chrome Enemies is definitely one of the harder incursions for sure, because the enemies are kind of chrome and they're metal, so they have not necessarily have extra health, but they take a lot more damage to kill. But yeah, okay, so this is what you're kind of going to want the setup for right here. Serenity Aura right here, and 2 boosts right here. Next, you're going to want to come over here. We're going to put the Serenity almost right at the spawn. And you can set the boost probably right about there. That's fine. And again, Serenity right about where they're starting to come out. And boosts right about here. And again, you can see my Serenity Auras and Boost Auras are not big, so it's not like I have super big Serenity Auras where they're covering the whole map. Again, it's just about being smart about the boost combos that you have with your defenses. And next, we're going to switch over to our Huntress PDT. We're going to set down our PDTs at the very back of the boost aura, so that way you can get the maximum range. And we're going to add a PDT at just about every boost aura, except for one. I'll show you that here in a second. Now this one, you're not going to add a PDT in, and I'll tell you why here in just 1 second. But you're going to come up here, you're going to add a PDT up here. And be smart about where you aim this. You want to aim this right in the Serenity Aura, so it covers the whole Serenity Aura. It can hit any enemy in there. Now, we're done with this with the PDT, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to our Ballista. Actually, we're going to go ahead and switch over. Yes. No. We'll do this first. Let's go ahead and set down our blockades. So you want to set the blockades about at the end of every boost. And again, you'll see the health will go down like that, because when you set it in the boost aura, the sphere takes over and the health goes down, so it adds more health. So you want to upgrade every single blockade in the first round at least once. Wait for the health to go down. There we go, we can upgrade that. Same thing right here. Wait for the health to go down, because for some reason it can glitch to where you can put the blockade down and then upgrade it too fast, and then the health will go down after you upgrade it. So you will make sure that you wait until the health goes down before you upgrade it. Okay, we're done with that. So next we're going to switch over to our Ballista, and I'll show you all of that build real quick. Now the reason why we're not using a PDT right here is because, as you know, PDTs cannot stack damage. I don't know why they don't just stack damage. I don't know why the creators aren't allowing PDTs to stack damage. It might be because PDTs are pretty strong, so they might think it's a little overpowered. But if you're playing with a friend, let's make sure this one here right here is boosted. Okay, it is boosted, I believe. This one is 53 too. Okay, yeah, it's boosted. So anyways, if you're playing with a friend and they set down a PDT and then you set down a PDT and you both aim it in the same spot, then it will stack damage. But your PDTs cannot stack damage. So for example, if I put another one right here and aimed it in the same spot, it would not stack damage. But if your friend set down one right next to here and aimed it in the same spot, it would stack damage. So for whatever reason, the creators wanted it to be like that. I don't know why. Kind of sucks in my opinion, but it is what it is. Now, have we upgraded? Yeah, we have upgraded everything, haven't we? Okay, so I think this is going to be okay for the first round. Now, another thing about being smart you want to switch over to a DPS character. So I can't solo this just by personally playing, because I need to have that DPS character out to help me out. So since I'm done with the PDTs, I'm going to go ahead and put my DPS character in for the Huntress. Now this should be okay for the first round. Let's go ahead and G. And let's play. Now there will be wyverns coming from right here and right here. And the reason why I'm using the gun witch is because I can shoot them from far away, because I have pretty good DPS on the gun witch. And also that ice arrow is going to be able to take these wyverns down pretty quickly. Don't worry though, you're not going to have to do this the whole entire match. It's just until I get enough mana after this round. Then we can start. And then I'm going to show you all how other methods on how to be able to take these wyverns down. And lightning bugs. And lightning bugs are pretty OP. So you want to make sure that you're getting those. And as you can see right here, I accidentally let one slip away, and a blockade got destroyed. I wasn't watching down here and a blockade got destroyed, but don't worry, it's fine. I'll fix that next round. And again, I wasn't paying attention here, and a wyvern got away and destroyed one of my ballistas. And that will happen if you do not pay attention. Stuff like this will happen. And I killed myself, and I really hope that does not... I really hope that doesn't affect anything. It shouldn't. Hopefully I can get down here fast, and... yeah, we'll be fine. There we go. First round's over. Okay, so let's go ahead and put everything back that we lost. So, again, switching over to our party Blockade Squire. We're going to upgrade this twice, because round 2, wave 2, we're going to upgrade every single blockade twice. And then also, maybe if we have enough mana, we're going to add in some air defenses, so that way we can take down those wyverns. And it's all about being aware of the wyverns before you get those air defense towers, and even when you do get those air defense towers put up, you're going to want to still make sure you're paying attention. We're going to go ahead and upgrade every PDT once also for round 2. Just so that way you can get a little bit extra DPS. And now we do have enough, so we're going to switch over to our monk, and we're going to start adding in some stuff that's going to start helping us with these air defenses, because the air defenses do get really annoying, and they will take down your stuff if you're not paying attention, especially if an ogre spawns and you have to pay more attention to the ogre. They will sneak up on you. Okay, we're going to boost those two, so those two should be fine. Next, we're also going to want to add some more ballistas. Do we add a ballista here? I don't think we added a ballista here. I don't think we'll need one right there. But we are going to need some extra help down here, because I'm going to be paying most of my attention up to the top. We're actually going to put it on this side, so it has a little bit better angle. We have room for literally one more defense, and we're going to put that defense right here, ballista tower right here, facing this way, because again, we're going to be focusing our main attention right here, in the middle, and also right here where the wyverns are coming. So again, let's Let's G and let's start round 2. Now after this round, after this round's over, I'll be skipping to the end and showing you that this build does work, and showing you the loot that I get from it. So that way, you all can know that you are able to do this with item powers such as 680 like me, and not having to have a 700 item power to do really hard incursions on Nightmare 4 like Chrome enemies. But again, just making sure you're paying attention to the air defenses, because they will sneak up on you. Like this one over here, this bomber almost snuck up on me, but we were paying attention, so we did get it. And as soon as you see them, if it's out of the corner of the eye or whatever, make sure you head straight over to there and start killing them. Now, I do recommend that you are using the Gun Witch as your DPS character for this type of build and for this type of incursion like this. So that way you do have some way to take down defense, air defenses like this. Now, this round's about wrapping up, so, and I'm about to skip to the end, but before I skip to the end, I want to tell you all what you all are going to need to do for the rest of the match in order to complete this. So you're going to want to get all of your blockades up to the highest tier they can go, so tier 5, and you're also going to want to upgrade these 2 air defenses to at least tier 3 probably-ish, and you're going to want to get your PDTs to at least the 3rd tier, all of them to at least 3rd tier. The ballistas don't matter as much because the PDTs will do most of the damage. But upgrading the ballistas every once in a while after everything is done, it's not going to hurt anything. Let's see here. So again, you want to get all your blockades up. You want to get your air defenses to at least 3, and also your PDTs to at least 3. And let's see here. Yes, and one more thing I'd like to mention before I skip to the end is you will have ogres spawn. Now, the last time I played this, the only place where ogres spawn was down here on this, and this is a lane that I don't pay as much attention to. So as soon as an ogre spawns, I come down here, I stand right here, I do some DPS to it, then I pop over here, I use the book ability power, which is number 5, I turn him into a book, so that way my defenses can take him down really easily, and I can take him down really easily. So you're going to want to do that, but you don't want to focus all your time onto killing that ogre, because if you focus all of your time onto killing that ogre, then you'll leave your defenses up here vulnerable to the air defenses, which are very strong, they will again sneak up on you and they'll destroy some stuff. So you want to make sure you're balancing your time between killing the ogre and going back up here and helping your air defenses out a little bit. Again, just keep upgrading and repairing after every round, even when you get your blockades to tier, all the way tiered up. You want to make sure you're repairing those every single round. But yeah, that's exactly how you're going to beat this with an item power such as 650, to 680 on Nightmare 4 for incursions like this. So again, I'll skip right to the end and show you all that this does work. So I'll see you all in 1 second. Alright, you all, so we are now ending the towards the end of the match. We have 2 enemies left, and it is wave 5, so we have just 1. And again, like I said, I did exactly what I had told you all to do, upgraded what I needed to upgrade. I was perfectly fine, kept my DPS out, killed the ogres when I needed to, and balanced out the time between the wyverns and the ogres, and I was completely fine. Now, let's see if I can get a good toxic shock bow right here. I'm still currently looking for a better one, as this one's item power is only 673, so I'm hopefully I can get one that's going to help me out quite a bit. Here we go. Here it is, the toxic shock bow. Let's see. Oh, it actually says that it's worse. Okay, so let's read the Viper's Bite. Increases poison out tower damage by 20%, so that's better. On death, poisoned enemies detonate and deal 52% of defense powers damage. So it's not that big of a difference, but it's not. I don't think it's as good as the one I have on right now. So I'm just going to pick that up, and I'll keep it in my inventory for right now. And I can farm another one later and try to get a better one later. But anyways, like I said, I hope this build and this information for you all has really helped you out. I know someone had commented on my previous video and said something that I needed to do better, which was awesome. I'm glad that they did that, and everyone needs to do that. Or not everybody, but if you feel like I could be doing something better, then make sure you tell me in the comments. He told me that he wished that I would have told everybody what type of weapons I was using, you know, what type of runes, items I was using. So hopefully me showing you what weapons and runes and gear that I have on, what benefits they do for the defenses. I really hope that helped you all out in having a kind of just an overview on what you should need and what you do need. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to go right into this and do this perfectly. Maybe you do. Maybe you can. You can hop right into it like I can now and just beat it in one match like this and keep doing it. But it may take practice. It's taken me some time to do it, but you can do it with item power such as like 650, 680, as you can see again right here. Or where is it? No, I don't have one. Yeah, they're all right at 680, so I don't have one, or this one's, and my blockade is 660, so I don't have one character even kind of, they're near 700, but they're nowhere really near 700 where they need to be to do a Nightmare 4 incursion like this. But anyways, I'm going to quit rambling on. I hope this helped you all out. If it did, make sure you leave a like. It really helps me out when it comes to builds like this and giving you all my information like this. And remember, it's not necessarily about grinding all your time out for those item power 700 gear. Surely that stuff is great, and you need to eventually get to that. But when you have when you work, or if you've never heard that quote, don't work harder, work smarter. But when you're smarter about the game and have, you know, boost stuff, no, I mean not boost stuff, but boost combos with your defenses, you can do stuff like this, and it's fairly simple as long as you just get smart at the game and kind of spend a little bit more time playing it. But again, I said I was going to quit rambling on, but I kept on rambling on. But anyways, I'm done now. If this helped you all out, make sure you leave it a like. Again, comment down if there's anything else better I can do or show you all. And make sure you're subscribing to the channel and keeping up with DD2 video. Keeping up with my DD2 videos. I post usually 2 DD2 videos a week. Sometimes it's like 3 to 4 depending on the week. But if you all want that to change, you want to see more DD2 videos in 1 week, then I can obviously do that. Just make sure you let me know down in the comments. And again, we're still a small channel, just started 2 weeks ago. Have about 15 subscribers now, so we're trying to work our way up. But anyways, thank you all for all the support, and I'll see you all in the next video.